Good morning, children. Today you're going to learn geography from the book Voyage, written by Dorothy M. Noronha and Nelson Petrie for Class 7. Theme 1: Representation of Geographical Features. In Chapter 1, we are going to learn about topographical sheets. In that, why colors, signs, and symbols are important. Children, first we will learn what is topographic maps. Topographic maps is nothing but detailed, accurate graphic representation of features that appears on the Earth's surface. These features include cultural, roads, buildings, urban development, railways, airports, names of the places, and geographical features, administrative boundaries, state and international borders, reserves. In other words, topographic maps are also called topographical sheets or topo sheet. It is explained in your text in more elaborated form. We'll learn about that. Topographical maps are large-scale maps that shows both natural features such as mountains, hills, rivers, lakes, plateaus, cliffs, etc. and man-made features such as settlements, roads, railway tracks, wells and embankments. They are also called topo sheets or topographical sheets. I know children, you might be thinking how this map look like or what are the uses of these maps and who uses it. Yay, here comes it. Isn't it so cool? Generally, these maps are used for number of applications such as Google Maps, Here Maps, etc. These are also used for camping, hunting, fishing and hiking, urban planning, resource management and surveying. In a topographical maps, the shape of the land is generally shown by contour lines. Contour line is nothing but the imaginary line that joins points of equal elevations on the surface of the earth, above or below a reference point such as mean sea level. To understand more clearly about contour lines, we will see this video.
Contour lines. A contour is a line joining the places of same heights. In the picture on the screen, person A is at below sea level. Person B is at zero contour line, sea level, and person C is at 50 meters above the sea level. The shape of the contour lines is irregular as they depend upon the landform. Contour lines cannot cut one another. Based on the type of landscape, the distance between two contour lines is determined. When looked close together, the contour lines indicate a steep slope. When they are far from each other, the contour lines represent gentle slope.
So now it is clear that contour lines are used to determine elevations and are lines on a map that are produced from connecting of equal elevations. Elevations refers to height in feet or meters above sea level. If you physically followed a contour line, elevations would remain constant. You can check out this in the diagram. As you see, it is moving upwards. You can see in the diagram the distance between each contour interval is constant. That is 0 to 50 meters, then 50 to 100 meters and then 100 to 150 meter and so on. In order to keep Think simple. Topographic maps shows line for certain elevations only. These lines are evenly spaced apart. We call these lines the contour interval. Since a topographical map is drawn to provide detailed information of a small area, a set of arbitrary lines instead of latitudes and longitudes are provided to help or locate a particular feature or a place. These lines form a network or a grid of squares. The line that runs vertically are known as eastings, while those that run horizontally are known as northings. So children, what are easting and northings? Eastings runs from left to right. Northings runs from bottom to top. Anyway students, you all be learning more about it in your class 8th. So, the topographical map provides a heap of information of both natural and man-made features. You can see a sample section of topo sheet, which you have already seen in the last slide. Now you will be learning about uses of colors on topographical maps. In the interpretation of contour maps, colors play a very important part as they are used for a reason. They represent certain physical, economic and cultural features. In the absence of color, it would be virtually impossible to interpret the map. Listed here are the colors used on the topographical maps and their interpretations. The main different types of colors used in the topographical sheets are brown, black, blue, white, red, yellow and green. What all this color signifies? The brown color is used to denote most contours lines on a map, which are relief features and elevations. Black color, roads, railways, highway, bridges, place names, buildings and borders. Blue color is used to denote water features like lakes, swamp, river and drainage. White color is used in the topographical map to show rocky or barren lands or uncultivated lands. Man-made features like settlements, roads and cart tracks represent red color on topographical sheets or topographical maps. Yellow color is used for cultivated land. Green color is used in the topographical map to show agriculture lands. Most topographic maps we will use green color for vegetations or national parks and wildlife management areas. Why signs and symbols used on topographical maps are important? That we'll be learning. It is easy and more clear to use a map which has signs and symbols. Some of these symbols are internationally recognized as they have determined by convention. That is, these symbols have agreed upon and accepted internationally. Convention means a standard which are widely accepted worldwide. And as you know, the symbols can used to depict features like cities, roads and railways. We will understand each signs and symbols clearly from your text. The first is international boundary. International boundaries are known as series of dashes and dots on a contour map, such as a line forms the border between two countries. State boundaries that are demarcated, that means separated. Demarcated form the border between the states within a country itself. These are shown by a series of dots and dashes that are thinner and more closely spaced than those in the international boundaries. you can clearly visualize the difference between both of them. Next is district boundaries. District boundaries shown by a series of dashes. These form the borders between the district in a state. For example, if I have topographic map of Maharashtra and I want to see Thane and Raigad. So, Thane and Raigad, both districts are two different districts. So, that districts been separated by these district boundaries. And you have also observed that district boundaries, state boundaries and international boundaries are in black color. A metal road, or we called as Pakka road, means a tar road. It is shown by two red parallel lines. A metal road indicates that the region is developed. For example, urban towns and cities. Next is unmetalled road, or we called as Kacha road, which are shown by a set of broken parallel lines in red color on the topographical map. Unmetalled roads indicate that the area is undeveloped. For example, you can take rural areas, small roads in the village, etc. Next is footpath. The footpath is used only by people for walking and it is meant for vehicles. It is usually found in hilly region. On the map, they are indicated by single red dotted lines. A bridge is shown with a blue water body below it. The water body is usually a stream or a river. In India, there are 3 railway gauges: the broad gauge, the meter gauge and the narrow gauge. Now first we will learn about the broad gauge. Broad gauge is the most common of all gauges. The distance between the two tracks is this gauge is 1.67 meter. Broad gauge is used for carrying freight and passenger. Next is the meter gauge. Meter gauge is of 1 meter width between the two tracks. Meter gauge railways are some of the oldest railways and still ply in very remote places in the country. They carry both freight and passenger. And the last one is the narrow gauge. Narrow gauge is of 0.762 meter width between two tracks. Narrow gauge railways are also known as light railways and are operated only in places of tourist destination. They carry only passenger or tourist. For example, you can visit Matheran to experience this railway. The another important symbols you can see on your screen. This symbol denotes a small river, a stream or a nula. As you can see, this stream is shown in blue color, which means it is perennial. Perennial means the river which flow throughout the year. The next symbol you can see a river, which is also called Nadi. The river either joins another river or flows into a lake or into the sea. An arrow in the river or on the banks of the river indicates the direction of the flow. Children, you might be thinking why the direction is moving towards right. If we need to find out the origin of the river, this direction plays an important role. in topographical maps. So students, in our next class we will learn more conventional signs and symbols.
Thanks for watching.